Hello, Jezebel School pupils. I hope you're having a great time at home and you're staying safe. Welcome to this week's class. I'll still be taking you on basic science. And don't forget, I am Mrs. Emmanuel. You're welcome to this class. Our topic for today is on teeth. Teeth. And the specific objectives are, at the end of this lesson, I should be able to 1. Define teeth. 2. Explain the mouth as part of feeding system. 3. Mention types and features of teeth. 4. Mention the relative position of the teeth in the mouth. And 5. Mention other parts of the feeding system. I believe you pay attention so that we can flow together. Thank you. Now we will start by defining teeth. The teeth are the hard white objects in the mouth used for biting and chewing. Let's take it again. The teeth are the The teeth are the hard white objects in the mouth used for biting and chewing. Okay, I hope you have all taken that with me. Can we go again? The teeth are the hard white objects in the mouth used for biting and chewing. Let's consider the mouth as a part of the feeding system. Now, the mouth is the first part of the feeding system, and in the entrance of the mouth are gathered by the upper and lower lips. Okay? Then inside the mouth, we have the teeth, the tongue, and the salivary glands. Okay? Now, what's the function of the teeth in the mouth? The teeth is used for chewing of food, while the lips prevent food from falling out of the mouth while chewing. So that's the function of the lips. And the salivary glands produce saliva in the mouth, which helps for the easy or to make the food to be soft for easy chewing and swallowing. Okay? Now the tongue helps to roll the churned food into the gullet. Okay? As it's moving from the mouth, it's going through the gullet. Types and features of teeth. There are 4 types of teeth, and they are the incisor, the canine, the premolar, and the molar, which I'm going to show you in my picture. Okay? Now let's first all consider the features of teeth. What are the features of these teeth we are talking about? Now the incisor has a sharp edge for biting of food. The canine has a pointed edge for separating or for tearing food, example meat. And the canine comes immediately after the incisor. The premolars have rough surface for cutting food like bread into pieces, which comes immediately after the canine. Then the molar comes immediately after the premolar, which is located at the jaw. Then the molar is for grinding food into smaller pieces before swallowing. So that means the molar helps you to grind your food before you swallow. Now this is the formula of the teeth. This is the formula. Now you can see in that formula, you can see the I there represents the incisor, which is 2/2. The C there represents the canine, which is 1/1. Then we have the premolar, which is 2/2. then the molar 3/3. Now, while we are using this, the two up there represents the upper jaw, while the two down represents the lower jaw. The same is applicable to the canine, the premolar, and the molar. Now, how do you get this formula correct to know the number of teeth that a human being has? Now, remember, the number of teeth that children have are different from that of the adults. Now, the children have a teeth called the temporary or milk teeth, which is 20 in number, while the adults have about 32 teeth, which is called the permanent teeth. Now, if you multiply the two outside the bracket, let's take the first one, which is the incisor, to the upper jaw there. 2 times 2 will give us 4, as you can see. It's being written out here. 2 times 1 will give us 2 there. 2 times 2 will give us 4. Then 2 times 3 will give us 6. So if you add all of them together, the same thing is applicable to the lower jaw. Now, the line they separating the two numbers up and down represents the upper and the lower jaw. Okay? So if you add 4 to 2 to 4 to 6 to give you 16, that means the upper jaw has about 16 teeth. The same thing is applicable to the lower jaw, which is also 16. Now, if you add all of them together, it will give you 32 teeth. So this formula is for represents the adult teeth, which is 32 in number. Okay, I hope you understand. Now, what are the relative positions of these teeth in our mouth? That's what I want to talk about now. Now, the incisor is 8 in number. That means the upper jaw has 4 and the lower jaw has 4, okay, which is located in front part of the mouth. That if you look, if you divide your face into two, the middle of your mouth, where you have your gap tooth, that's where the the incisor is located. And we have 4 up and 4 down to make it 8 in number. We also have the next one, which is the canine. Where is the canine located? It is located just after the incisor, which I'm going to show you very soon in my image, okay? And they are 4 in number. That means there are 2 up and 2 down. So if you add 2 to 2, it will give you 4. The next one is the premolar, which comes immediately after the canine, and they are 8 in number. That means the upper jaw has 4, while the lower jaw has 4 in number. The next one is the molar, which comes immediately after the premolar, and they are 12 in number. That means the upper jaw has 6, while the lower jaw has 6, which makes it 12 in number. Now, if you add all these teeth together, it will give you about 32 teeth, which is the adult teeth, number of teeth in the adult, okay? Now, if you can see through my image, look at my image there to show the relative position of the teeth in the mouth. Now you can see the 4 incisors there that we have talked about. You can see the 4 there, 4 up, 4 down. I hope you can see that with me. Then you can also see some other types of the teeth, like the canine there. Can you see where it's located? Then you can see the premolar. I hope you can see it there. Then we have the molar, the molars, okay? Now, these are the relative position of these teeth in our mouth, okay? Especially in the adult mouth, okay? Remember I said the children do not have 32 teeth because they have the one we call temporary or milk teeth, which is not complete yet in number. So this number, this teeth is just in the adult, which is 32 in number, okay, which is a permanent teeth. Now let's also consider other parts of the feeding system. Now, the food passes from the mouth after you have churned the food with your teeth. Okay, after you have done that, you swallow it. When you swallow it, you pass through the esophagus, okay, or you can call it gullet. Then from the gullet, it enters to the stomach. Then in the stomach, the food stays for about 4 hours before it moves to the small intestine, where it enters into the blood. Now the food is now being used by the blood, you can say is assimilated, and is taken to other parts of the body by the blood. Now, the part that the body is not making use of is now being moved to the large intestine after leaving the small intestine, then to the anus, which is the final stage, and you now bring it out in the form of feces. Okay. Now, this is just to explain how the food moves in the mouth. You can see my arrow there. From the mouth, it moves to the gullet, to the stomach, from the stomach to the small intestine, then from the small intestine to the large intestine, and it now finally gets to the anus, which is the final stage of the food passing through the body. Now, let's consider uh, the picture, the image there. In the image there, you can see how the food moves from the mouth. Can you see the digestive system there? You can see how it's moving from the mouth of that man down to the esophagus, down to the stomach there. Can you see? Good. Then it moves down to the small intestine, to the large intestine, and it gets through the anus, as we have explained in the previous slide. Okay. Now, I will leave you with this assignment. I hope you've done my previous assignments, and I'm expecting to hear from you soon. Okay. So I want you to do this assignment and submit. Give mommy to submit through my WhatsApp number. The first one they say is define teeth. The second one says mention 4 types of teeth. And the third question says mention 3 other parts of the digestive system. I hope you are staying safe. Make sure you practice personal hygiene. See you next week and stay blessed. Bye bye.